Hi students, welcome to my channel. I am Vishnupriya Biology faculty. Today I am going to teach about sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, there are the two parents are involving. One is male, another one is female. See here, male and female. Male can produce the male gamete and female can produce the female gamete. Both these gametes are haploid in condition. By the process of fertilization, here the process is fertilization. Fusion of male and female gamete is taking place. Then zygote will form. This zygote diploid in condition. Further, this zygote will develop and produce the embryo. Then this embryo will develop and produce the young one. This is the process taking place in the fertilization. That means in sexual reproduction, this is the process taking place. Now see here, in this sexual mode of reproduction, variation is present. So variation means here new characteristic features you found. That means the young ones which is producing in sexual reproduction, some characters from mother and some characters from father. That means both maternal and paternal characteristic features you found in the young ones. So such characters is called variation. You did not observe variation in the asexual reproduction. Now coming to the sexual reproduction is the slower process compared to the asexual reproduction. Then another one. In sexual reproduction, those organisms exhibiting means higher plants and animals only exhibit the sexual mode of reproduction. Here higher plants and animals exhibits the sexual mode of reproduction. During the lifespan of the organism, that means those organisms exhibit the sexual mode of reproduction during their lifespan. These organism exhibits the three phases. So what are the three phases means? Number one is juvenile phase. Number two, reproductive phase. Number three, senescent phase. Number three is senescent phase. These are the three phases exhibited by the sexually reproducing organisms. Now I am going to teach about these three phases. Juvenile phase. See here, juvenile phase, it is a growth phase. That means here sexually reproducing organelles. That means in case of plants, androecium and gynoecium. In case of animals, testes and then ovaries. So these sex organelles are very well developed in this phase only. But here reproduction not taking place. That means here there is no reproduction. Here there is no reproduction means from birth to the before attain the puberty. From birth to the before attain the puberty, that age generally is called as juvenile phase. So here this juvenile phase in case of plants is termed as a vegetative phase. In plants, this phase we called as a vegetative phase. So that is about juvenile phase. It is a growth phase. There is no reproduction is taking place. During this phase, the development of reproductory organelles are taking place. In plants, this phase termed as a vegetative phase. Next, second phase is reproductive phase. See here, in this phase, reproduction done by the organisms. Here, reproduction is taking place. Okay. Now see here, it is very important phase. Why? Because continuity of the generation taking place with the help of this phase only. The next one is, this is a reproductive phase. Next to this phase, senescent phase. So this is the last phase exhibited by the organisms. Here there is no reproduction. First point is no reproduction. Generally, in this stage of this senescent phase, aging of the organism is taking place. Aging means old age. Okay, these are the three phases. Each and every organism, that means those organisms shows the sexual mode of reproduction, exhibit the three phases: juvenile phase, reproductive phase and senescent phase. Students, among three phases, that means juvenile phase, reproductive phase and then senescent phase. Reproductive phase is very important. Why? Because continuity of the generation is taking place with the help of reproduction only. Then how to find the reproductive phase in an organisms? Means by seeing the following characteristic features. Not only in animals, in plants also. See, first we will see in plants how to find the reproductive phase in case of plants. Number one, flower. Number one is what? Flower. Why? Because flower is the reproductory part which is present in the plants. Then appearance of the flower is indicate the reproductive phase in the plants. So this is the case, that means in flowering plants. Example, gymnosperm and angiosperm. The reproductive phase easily identified by seeing the appearance of flower. What about in non-flowering plants? That means bryophytes and then gymnosperms. So appearance of the cones. Because of the appearance of cones, you can identify the reproductive phase in the non-flowering plants. Now coming to that, in animals. So how to find the reproductive phase in animals? Means, number one, development of the secondary sexual characteristic features. See here, development of secondary sexual characteristic features. See, what are the secondary sexual characteristic features found in animals or in an organisms? Best example you can take the human beings. In human beings, in male, what are the secondary sexual characteristic features? Means broadening of the shoulder, and then hard voice, then hairs found under the armpit and near the genital organ. So these are the secondary sexual characteristic features. Then one more, so formation of beard and then mustaches. Then what are the secondary sexual characteristic features found in females means development of breast, broadening of the pelvic region, then hairs found in the armpit and then genital area. By seeing these secondary sexual characteristic features, easily you can identify the reproductive phase in humans. Then what are the hormones responsible for to form the secondary sexual characteristic features means in case of males, which hormone responsible means testosterone. Testosterone hormone will cause the secondary sexual characteristic feature. In case of females, estrogen and progesterone. So these are the two hormones will cause the secondary sexual characteristic features. Then what about in plants? In plants also hormones plays a crucial role to produce the flower. Okay. So like this, by seeing the some distinct characteristic features, easily you can identify the reproductive phase in the organism. Now coming to that, during this reproductive phase, some cyclic changes you found in organisms. So what are the cyclic changes? See here, cyclic changes. So what are the cyclic changes means? That means where the cyclic changes taking place means number 1, the cyclic changes taking place in ovaries, then second one is accessory ducts, simply I am writing here ducts, then third one, so here ovaries and then accessory ducts and then hormones. So from these parts the cyclic changes taking place. So what are the cyclic changes? That means in all the organism the same cyclic changes taking place or not means here in case of mammals. In case of mammals, these cyclic changes we called as a menstrual cycle. Example of this menstrual cycle, primates. So under the primates, some example here I will give. So what are the example means? Here apes, monkeys, humans. So these are the example for the menstrual cycle. The cyclic changes which is taking place in the primates, that cyclic changes we called as a menstrual cycle. In case of non-primates, these cyclic changes is called estrous cycle. Example of this estrous cycle is dog, tiger, cat, sheep, etc. More examples are there. Here I am giving some examples only. Like this, during the reproductive phase, some changes taking place in primates as well as the non-primates. In primates, it is called as a menstrual cycle. In case of non-primates, these cyclic changes is called estrous cycle. Now, I am going to teach about events involved in sexual reproduction. Yes. See here, in sexual reproduction, there are three events are there. One is pre-fertilization events. Number 2, fertilization. Number 3, post-fertilization. So these are the three events involved in sexual reproduction. One is pre-fertilization events, second one is fertilization, third one is post-fertilization events. Now see here, under pre-fertilization events, there are two steps are there. One is gametogenesis. Number 2, gamete transfer. These are the two steps involved in pre-fertilization. The next event under the sexual mode of reproduction is fertilization. So fertilization means already you know very well, fusion of male and female gamete is taking place. Here, in this fusion of male and female gamete, that means where the fusion of male and female gamete is taking place, either inside the animal body or outside the animal body. So based on that, there are two types of fertilization. Number 1 is external fertilization. Number 2, internal fertilization. Like this, there are two types of fertilizations are there. Number 3, post-fertilization events. Under post-fertilization events, we are going to discuss about zygote, and another important thing is embryogenesis. So how this zygote will develop and produce the young one, then how this embryo will develop and produce the young one, during this what type of cell division is taking place. So these are the three events involved in the sexual reproduction. So now I am going to teach about gametogenesis. Gametogenesis means formation of gametes. Here gametes means both male and female gametes. Here gametes means both male and female gametes. See, already you know very well, gametes are haploid in condition. Okay, that means N in conditions. Okay, during gametogenesis, these gametes will develop. These gametes are haploid in condition. Now see here, based on the size and then structure, there are two types of gametes are there. One is homogametes. Number 2, heterogametes. One is homogametes and another one is heterogametes. See here, in case of homogametes, example of this, first I will give the example. Example, algae. In algae also, cladophora. In this case, both the male and female gametes are similar size and similar structure. That means morphologically and then anatomically, both the gametes are identical. That means similar. So such kind of gametes are called isogametes. Got it? So what is isogametes or homogametes? Both are same only. Both male and female gametes are anatomically and morphologically identical to each other, mean such kind of gametes are called isogametes or homogametes. Example, Cladophora. You can see here, this is the male gamete. See how the gamete present in the algae. This is male gamete. So simply I use the symbol this. Already you know very well, this symbol denotes the male. Now see here, female gamete. See, this is a female gamete. So what is the symbol generally we are using for female means this is. Okay. So both male and female gametes are same size and same structure. So this is a good example for isogametes or homogametes. Now coming to that, heterogametes. So the name itself giving the meaning. Heterogametes means not similar structure. Morphologically and anatomically not similar in structure. Such kind of gametes are called heterogametes. Here what example I am going to take means Homo sapiens, that means human beings. In case of human beings, see here, I am going to first draw the ovum. That means female gamete. See how the structure present in the female gametes means like this. So this is the structure of female gamete. Okay. So now male gamete. So how male gamete is present means, see here. Now I am going to draw the male gamete diagram. So this is entirely different from the female gamete. See, in this male gamete, there are the three parts are there, three distinct parts. So what are they means? Head and then neck and then tail. See here. This is a head. See, this is head. Then this is neck and this is tail. You see this, both the gametes. This is a female gamete. Here what is female gamete? Ovum. And male gamete in human beings is called sperm. So both these gametes are not identical. That means what? So morphologically and then anatomically are different size and then structure. Such kind of gametes are called heterogamete. Now I am going to teach about sexuality of the organisms. That means in gametogenesis both male and female gametes are producing. That means male and female gametes are developing and then producing. So where these gametes are developed and producing means with the help of sex organelles. So where it is producing means in the sex organelles only. See, under the sexuality of the organism, there are two concepts are there. In case of plants, see here, this is a plants. In plants, you found there are two types of plants. One is unisexual flowers or heterothallic or dioecious. See why I am using flowers means flower is the reproductory organelles present in the plant. So that only I am using unisexual flower or heterothallic or dioecious plant or flower. See what is the meaning of unisexual? See the word uni and then sexual. That means what? Here both the sex organelles are not present in the same plant. See, first we will write the what are the reproductory organelles present in the flower. One is androecium, or stamen. Next, second one is gynoecium. See here I am writing pistil. So these are the two reproductory organelles present in the flower. You no need to bother about sepal and then petal. So these two only reproductory organelles. If the flower have only the stamen, so such kind of flowers we called as a staminate flower. Or if the flower have only pistil, means such kind of flowers are called pistillate flower. Like this, if the plant have either staminate or the pistillate, that means androecium or gynoecium part only in the flower it is present, means such kind of flower or plant we called as a unisexual or heterothallic or dioecious. Example of this unisexual or heterothallic or dioecious plants are papaya, then second one is watermelon. These are the two examples of the unisexual or heterothallic or dioecious plant. Next one is bisexual or monoecious and then homothallic. Here in this flower both the androecium and gynoecium present in the same flower. Such kind of flowers are called bisexual or monoecious or homothallic. So mono means single, monoecious means single flower have both androecium and gynoecium. Homothallic means both the organelles, that means androecium and gynoecium present in the same flower. So such kind of flowers are called homothallic or monoecious or bisexual flower. Example of this hibiscus. Example of this one hibiscus. Then you know very well in hibiscus both androecium and gynoecium present in the same flower. So this is the sexuality of the plants. So what about in animals? In animals again there are the two terms are there. One is unisexual, another one is bisexual. So same only, unisexual means here both the male and female organisms are separate. Male can produce the male gamete and female can produce the female gametes. Example of that Homo sapiens, that is human beings. Then another one is cockroach. Then another one is bisexual organisms. Bisexual means both the sex organelles. That means so sperms, that means testes and ovaries present in the same organisms. So such kind of organisms are called bisexual organisms. Example of the tapeworm and then earthworm. So these are the good example for the bisexual organisms. So next I am going to teach about how these gametes are producing. In gametes, already you know very well, gametes are haploid. Gametes are haploid in condition. So haploid means N in condition. Okay. If you see that there are the two types of cells are there. One is somatic cells. Then another one is germ cells. Somatic cells and germ cells. See here somatic cells so diploid in condition only, that is 2n. Germ cells means that is nothing but the gametes is always n in condition only. So during the gametogenesis, okay, during the gametogenesis the gametes are undergo some changes and it produced in the haploid in condition only. If you see, in some organisms, example Monera, fungi, algae and then bryophytes. In these organisms, what type of parent body you see means haploid parent body only you see. That means here the chromosomal number is haploid in condition only. That means N in condition. So that what type of cell division taking place during the gametogenesis means mitosis only. So why mitosis cell division is taking place means already the chromosomal number is half only. That means haploid only. To maintain that the same chromosomal number, so what type of cell division is taking place in case of Monera, fungi, algae and bryophytes means mitotic cell division is taking place. But in case of diploid parent body, somatic cells are 2n in condition only. That means somatic cells. Already I said somatic cells 2n in condition, diploid in condition. But the gametes you can see means gametes are haploid in condition. That means N in condition. That means here the chromosomal number want to reduce to half. So what type of cell division is taking place during the gametogenesis means meiosis. Meiotic cell division or meiosis taking place in case of a diploid parent body. That means which cell undergo the meiotic cell division means meiocyte cells. So these meiocyte cells undergo the meiosis cell division and produce the diploid parent body to the haploid gametes. Like this, during gametogenesis, both the male and female gametes are producing gametes. Students, in the next session, I am going to teach about the next event come under the pre-fertilization event is gamete transfer and fertilization process. Students, thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel and click the bell icon to get more videos. Thank you.